Welcome along to short highlights of the 62nd edition of Eschborn-Frankfurt. A return to World Tour one-day races post-classic season and always run on the 1st of May, a national holiday in Germany. This race being run in the Main-Taunus district, just west of the dead centre of Germany. And as you'd expect, lots of big favourites here, looking to, well, see if they can repeat what Maxim van Gils did last year. It's always a really hilly race, this, that so often, strangely, comes down to a sprint finish. So riders who can survive the hills and then unleash their sprint, just like Maxim van Gils did last year, are always favoured in the Eschborn-Frankfurt. It finishes with effectively like a city centre criterium in Frankfurt on the River Main as well. The Mammelschein and the Felderberg, the two climbs every year that, sort this race out. It's one of the three biggest German races, along with the Deutschland Tour, which runs in the summer, of course, and then the Bremer Classics at the end of the year. Two riders went clear early on, very early on, just after the flag drop, in fact, and they were Laurens Pithy of Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe and Pierre Thierry of Arkea B&B, the young Frenchman and the young Kiwi. And as you could see from the peloton as well, with 180k to go, they were quite happy to let those two just get on with it up front, and get on with it they did, because they started to build a really serious lead. Pithy and Thierry working well on their first northerly run out towards the Felderberg, the forested climbs of the Eschborn-Frankfurt. Absolutely beautiful, but a hot day too, as it has been across much of mainland Europe today as well. So quite a lot for the riders to contest with, and possibly the big gap that Pithy and Thierry opened up was on account of how warm it was too. A bit of reticence over the long distance of this race as well. 198 kilometres to keep working quite so hard so early on. With 115k to go, Laurens Pithy being dropped as well. He would come back in. Pierre Thierry out front, surviving out front, but eventually being caught. Plenty of ice packs as well being put down the back of the neck. Julien Alaphilippe helping out his teammates. Not bad for a double world champion to be helping you out too. And the pace setting on the front was being done, quite a lot of it, by Jaco Alula, thinking about Michael Matthews as well. The Mammelschein and the Feldberg had done their damage because it had really filtered down the front end of the race, and with 90k to go, it was starting to look clear. Uno X were up for this. Problem for Mark Hirschi as well, former Swiss champion. Mechanical issue as well. Michael Matthews, ensconced in amongst his Jaco Alula teammates, looking strong, looking good. Very clear that this race suits him down to the ground. Bling Matthews. And look at the size of the group as well. With 35k to go. On the Mammelschein, it was Max Schachmann going on the attack with Andreas Leknersund. Gregor Mühlberger would follow them too. Three riders perfectly suited to this kind of terrain. Andreas Leknersund in good form too at the moment. They would be caught though. With 18k to go, all back together. Certainly all back together of those who are still within contention as well. Next to go would be Michael Valgren for EF Education. And they would soon be back into the outskirts of Frankfurt for the big finish. The purple jerseys massing at the front to support Michael Matthews, and look how strong it was as well in the criterium finale, the laps around Frankfurt to bring this one to its conclusion. Uno X also pacing well and looking to see if they could set up Magnus Cort. Magnus Cort waiting to go into the final sprint as well. Michael Matthews up the inside. Magnus Cort seeing that happening and starting to go for it. John Baronetcher down the middle as well. Michael Matthews opening up his sprint and looking good for the win, which he took. Magnus Cort ran him close though, but Michael Matthews, yet another World Tour win there. Eschborn-Frankfurt going the way of Bling Matthews. Magnus Cort running him close, very close sprint between those two, and nice closing up by John Baronetcher, the Spaniard, for Movistar in third too. Those UCI points will come in rather handy. Nielsen Paulus also up there for EF Education, easy post. He was their best finisher in fourth in pink. And there was the top 10. Michael Matthews from Magnus Cort, John Barrenetcher, Nielsen Paulus, Frederick Vandal and Albert Withen Philipsen, the two Danes, in 5th and 6th. By the way, Mark Hirschi did get back in there, took a fine 8th place come the finish after his early mechanical problem. Another sunny and fantastic edition of Eschborn-Frankfurt.